Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I have a long overdue unboxing. I ordered this stuff like, I don't know, a month or so ago. It was so long ago, and then I set the box aside because I had other things going on, and I never got around to opening it because I wanted to do this unboxing. But today, I am tired of waiting, and I want to use these inks and such, so I'm getting in this box. This is from Shigure Inks out in New Jersey. And it has some stuff from this notebook is actually what made me go to the site, because I was like, oh wait, they have this thing. And then I saw these inks and I kind of had to have them. So I got them all. All right, not all of them. I may have left a couple, but you know, I had to get some. These are really great inks that you can't really find. Come on now. It's my Kershaw Link, by the way. It's not a knife I carry very often. It's a little aggressive when it pops open there, but pretty nice little knife for opening boxes for sure. Really? Really? I'm not mad that they wrapped it securely. Just like, this tape is tougher to get off than I would have expected. All right, there we go. So these inks are from Color Traveler, which is a brand that is kind of hard to find in most of the US. There are a couple of other stores like Van S Pens has carried it in the past. I'm not sure if they do anymore, but these are really fun inks that I've not gotten any that I didn't like. So I decided to get some of these because I didn't have them. I have here Miyajima Scarlet and Hiroshima Signature Dish Brown. Time for Whiskey, and this one's called, oh man, Kazusanosuke. Yeah, there we go. But these are really good inks. I really like all the ones that I have, so I wanted to get these. I will come back at the end with some like swatches and show you what these look like off camera. But let me get in here and I'll show you like what comes in the box and that sort of thing, because this, I actually know what comes in here. I haven't seen boxes like this before. These are new on me. Shigure Inks is a small company. I'm pretty sure it might just be one person. And they stock all kinds of great stuff that you often can't find in other stores around. And it does restock slowly. I think he's got other stuff going on in life at the moment. But, you know, it's kind of the way it goes. But keep an eye on Shigure Inks. They have really good stuff, and they ship reliably and all that jazz. So they come with all these little stickers. They go overboard on everything all the time, which is kind of extra, and I like that. So these Color Travelers often come with a little vial that you can fill with ink to take with you on your travels. It'll come with a pipette syringe type thing to get that ink out of the bottle and put in the little bottle there. And then the bottle of ink, which has fallen out of its very complicated enclosure here somehow. Must have gotten very, very jostled in shipping to have had that happen. But this is the bottle that it comes in, which is a very nice bottle. These are 20 or 22 bucks for a 30 ml bottle, so it's not the cheapest stuff around, but it's also imported and is a really, really nice ink. So I'm really looking forward to these. I like them a whole lot. Let's see what's in these. Let's see what's in these, because I have no idea. Okay, they open the same way. When they go across the top like this, it keeps the box closed for sure, but also it can make it a little bit dodgy to open. I'm always worried that I'm going to wreck the box when I do so. Okay, they have most of the same innards. Okay, same interior stuff. Just kind of a bigger box. I think they should have, I don't know, I like the smaller box. The bigger box is going to take up a lot of room, but a little story about what this particular ink is about. We got the stickers there. We have our little pipette syringe guy. We have this thing to put the ink in, and then, okay, same bottle. So they haven't really changed. Whoa, this is a short fill. Got a very short fill on this one. I don't know if you can see the difference because I can't really show you this way, but quite a short fill. Well, okay, look, it'll happen. There'll be some variation. I don't love that, but, you know, that's the way it goes. Let's see, that was the Scarlet one. Which did for some reason, okay, so there are 3 of these that cost 20, and then one of them costs 22, and I'm not really sure why. That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see what these look like. Yeah, that's a nice tall fill. Just one of them's a little bit on the short side. This one is maybe a little short as well, but not too short. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, this one's quite short. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know why that would be. So they've gone to a different interior layout. So this is kind of stuck on the inside, and they only have 2 holes, as opposed to the old one that had 3 holes for everything. So I guess that's fine. But I don't know. I like the smaller boxes a bit better. Maybe I'm just kind of picky, but also I don't know. It takes up less room on my shelf, and when you have as many inks as I do, shelf space can become can go to a bit of a premium. So, you know, that's cool, but I do kind of like the smaller box better. Also, I really like this suitcase motif they've got going on here. I think that's pretty great. All right, I'll be back soon with these all swatched out for you. Okay, I have swatched these behind the scenes on my little Colodex cards, which I got from, these are from Papier Plume. They came in a cool little case. You should check them out over at Papier Plume. Here are the Color Traveler inks when they are swatched out. This one came out to be a really nice sort of, I don't know, seaweedy sort of green. I like that one. Looks real cool. I had a little bit of a blurb right there off of my dip pen, but it came out just fine. Has some nice shading there. Next up, the one that was a little bit of a short pour, but it is a really pretty scarlet. It's kind of, you know, down here is kind of scarlet for me. This is definitely better than most scarlets, which turn out, I don't know, purple or who knows what color. Scarlets are all over the place. But for me, scarlet is this kind of red. Over here, it's kind of like a gentle sort of cherry blossom kind of color at the very edges. And then like kind of like, I don't know, medium cherry in the middle. I don't know, I think it's a really nice color though. I like that. Next up, time for whiskey. Apparently this is their signature color. I didn't even know that, but I think that's really cool. This is one they say is like the one that they started making inks for. That's kind of cool. I like it, and I'm glad I got it because this is a really pretty sort of medium orangish brown, like a very warm brown sort of color. I dig it. And lastly, I actually did 2 swatches of this because I didn't notice that it had, I didn't notice one very important factor. One, this is my first one, and it is a really pretty color. This is sort of like one of my very favorite browns, which is Venta Pomona Brown, except with much less sheen. So Pomona Brown is the same kind of base color, I think, but with much more of the green sheen. You don't get that much sheen on this one unless you put down way too much ink, like I do with that C. Like I messed that one up. But what I noticed later when I was reading the description card is that this has shimmer in it. I didn't even know that Color Traveler did shimmer inks. Apparently they have 3 or 4 of them, but this has a beautiful green shimmer in it. So if you like Pomona Brown but didn't want quite as much sheen, this is the way to go. And if you just don't shake it up, you just don't really get any shimmer. I don't really see any shimmer in here at all, but once I shook it up, I get a nice amount of bright green shimmer in there, and that's really fun. So that's cool, and also explains why this one was $2 more than the other 3. That makes sense to me. A couple bucks is fine, I think, for some shimmer content, and it looks really cool. So there you go. There's the 4 colors. Let's check out the rest of the stuff. And lastly, this notebook is kind of the reason that I went to Shigure Inks that day to begin with, and that is, this is a really odd paper, and I don't know if it's going to work or not. This is called the Pen Saloon and Shigure Inks Null Refill. So this is in B6, which is a kind of unusual size, but like that's fine. This paper is wildly smooth. So I don't even know if I can... I don't know if I can show how smooth this is on camera. How am I going to show that? It's so smooth it doesn't have any texture at all for it to focus on. There's like nothing. It is glossy smooth. Just, I mean, 0 texture. It's kind of weird. And the thing about this paper is that it is made, it is a version of Yupo paper, YUPO, which is... I don't even know what it is. It's not exactly paper, I don't think. It's some kind of odd material, but it doesn't absorb ink or anything else like at all. It is incredibly smooth. I think it was made for, I don't know, real thick magazine covers or some weird thing. But it's just, I don't know. My wife got some of this for painting, and it absolutely... I don't even know what kind of paint goes on here. Maybe acrylics, because you just like let it dry on there somehow. Just like for a very long time. I don't know. But it does show really interesting characteristics of ink. So I have on here Chokuro. Come on now, cat hair. Chokuro there at the top, which is incredibly dark black. It's actually looking shiny on this paper, just because like this ink usually doesn't have any shine at all, but it looks shiny on here because absolutely nothing soaks in. There's Diamine Blue Horse, and you can actually see. I thought those were little voids in the ink, but nope, that's the shimmer from Blue Horse. Weird, right? And then of course the sheen, and then Journalized Dark Queen there, which is mostly shimmer. This took, I mean, it dried. Well, it only kind of dried. Whoa, even now. Okay, Chokuro is okay. Wow. So this has been sitting on my computer, on top of my computer for at least a month, like a month and a half probably. It took days and days before it stopped like being obviously visibly wet. So, crazy. But this stuff is supposed to work well with fountain pen ink. So according to their site, this costs $14. This little B6 notebook. Okay, so from their copy, this is a B6 notebook, $14. Says this is an exclusive collaboration between Pen Saloon and Shigure Inks. Null Refill paper is a synthetic paper based on Yupo paper, but specially developed for fountain pens by Pen Saloon. It demonstrates and emphasizes any ink used on it, showing off sheen and shading in a unique way. The name comes from the Japanese onomatopoeia nuru, which refers to it being null or a lack of feedback when writing since the paper is so smooth. Each page in the notebook cleanly tears away and can be used for letters, artwork, or anything you can imagine. The paper is synthetic, ink blotter page included. For best results, be careful not to get sebum on the paper as it may cause feathering. Inks with surfactants may feather on null refill paper. Interesting. Okay, so you don't want to get hand oils on this if you can at all help it, but really interesting. The pink page is blotting paper to help absorb excess ink. Wow. Interesting. Why not buy more? You know your hand want to. Fair. Okay. I'm gonna... Yeah, let's give it a try. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna use this to protect it from my hand oils. Let's use... all right, so let's use this one first. This is Sailor Blue Black, which is a very standard ink, I think. Very, it's non-confrontational, like it's always gonna look good and work well. I will say this paper is not quite as smooth as the original Yupo paper. I do have a little bit of, I don't know, it's not like feedback or whatever, but I can feel the sizing, the coating on the page there. It's really interesting. It does look cool. This one this has a big nib in it. This is Sailor Idaho, which has a good amount of sheen on it. Let's see what else we have around here we can test out on here. This has Tom Studio Iris. This is another Sailor, but why not? Uh-oh, am I dried out? So to shake it just a little bit. I had stored it with the tip up, and all the ink was back here, and so it just kind of dried out on me here. It's a Sailor 280, which I thought matched the pen very nicely. It's a very interesting kind of swampy-ish green. Let's put some shimmer down on this page. That looks neat. Journalize is the company, another one of these companies you don't see a whole lot of ink from out there, unfortunately, because they have really good inks. All right, I wanted a sheeny ink, and this is a really, really high sheen ink. This is Octopus Fluids Medusa. There is a cat hair caught across my paper, and it is bugging the crap out of me, and it won't move. Haha, gotcha. Let's try some pencil. I know this isn't really meant for pencil, but who knows? Oh, the pencil feels amazing on this paper. The pencil feels amazing on here. What does pencil do on the original? Whoa, pencil feels amazing on this one as well. It's just so smooth. I wasn't sure if the pencil would even work on here. This is a Write in the Rain, which I mean works on most things. This is a Write on the Rain 1.3 millimeter mechanical pencil, and it feels amazing on this paper. Wow, it feels really good on the original too. So I don't know what synthetic paper actually is, but let's see. Has this dried at all? All right, so the Idaho is not dried even a little bit. The Sailor Blue Black has done some drying. Idaho is a really thick ink, and I find that it takes a long time to dry even on regular papers. The 280 is doing some crazy stuff there. That's interesting. Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. The Medusa, I mean, is still wet, of course, but the rest of these has dried. All right, well, it worked just fine with Sailor Blue Black. Okay. All right, let's look at the page behind. Let's look at the back of the page here. I don't think it's going to bled through, but no, not even. It barely even showed through. Okay, interesting. This already wants to tear itself out. It's got this glue binding down here, and so I wouldn't be surprised. It's just like is the kind of paper you use a sheet of at a time, and that's kind of it. This is a really interesting paper. There's not a lot of it, unfortunately. There's only 30 sheets for $14, so it is fairly expensive, but you know, it's a really interesting paper that's kind of not like anything I've ever written on before. So, I mean, give it a shot. It'd be cool to like write letters on this, or if you're an artist of some kind. Let me see if I have any other multi-chrome inks sitting around. Okay, I don't know what this is going to be like. This is Colorverse Sailing Stones. Which is an interesting taupey sort of ink, but there might be some multi-chrome stuff going on behind the scenes. Let's try one of mine. This is a beautiful ebonite pen, by the way. I really like this. Is from Stacy Robinson, who makes really beautiful pens. This is Trust a Bivalve. And now that I've gotten used to writing on this paper, I tell you what, I have to look at the nib to make sure I'm on the paper because I kind of can't feel it. Wow, this is very, very odd paper. I've said that a bunch of times, but this is, you might have to feel this to believe it. I like to show people things and be like, hey, here's what this is like. I don't know what to tell you this is like. It is out of this world. It's wild. Let me try a ballpoint on here because why not? Wow, that felt like absolutely nothing. It's like I'm writing on glass. Amazing. I kind of didn't think a ballpoint would actually work on account of this being so smooth, but it had no issues. It had no issues writing with a ballpoint. Wow, that actually looks really nice from a ballpoint. Give me a gel pen? This is a Pentel Inner Gel, one of my favorite gel pens. Let's try a metallic pen, just because, like, why not, right? We're trying all of the kinds of things. Whoa. And this is a thing I've just discovered fairly recently, the Sharpie Creative Marker. I really like these. I need to do a whole video on this, but this is kind of an acrylic marker, but it doesn't bleed through anything. Like, I've actually written on literal paper towels with this, and it doesn't bleed through. But I kind of wanted to see what it would do on here, and it looks interesting. You can actually see it drying from the edge there. Let me write down what this was. Wild. This is an ink that we were experimenting with, just kind of adding shimmer to things to see how it works. Actually, you can see the shimmer on there already. Cool. So up close, that Sharpie Creative Marker has now dried. That's pretty great. You can see Trust a Bivalve and Sailing Stones are still, I think, in the process of drying a little bit. I think. You know what? Those are actually dry now. Whoa, how about Medusa? Whoa, Medusa's actually dry. Whoa. How about you? Yeah, that's still tacky. That one is not dried yet. Idaho takes forever to dry. I don't know what it is about that ink. It's very, very thick or something, but wow. Okay, this is cool. Y'all ought to try this out. Y'all ought to try this out. Get to Shigure Inks and get some of this Pen Saloon Null Refill paper because this is wild stuff. All right, well, thanks very much for joining me here for this little exploration. These inks I haven't swatched yet as I'm recording this, but I've already shown them to you, and I hope they're very cool. I assume they will be. They make some of my very favorite inks. But I will see y'all in another video soon. Until then, think about what you put out in the world. Make it a better place. Go to Shigure Inks and tell them I said hi. I hope that they are doing well. I really like the stuff that they put out in the world. So that's it. Until next time, peace out.